The PlayStation Vita. The only Sony failure that truly broke all of our hearts. Because of the following reasons. That dumb proprietary memory card, $30 for 4 gigs, $45 for 8 gigs, $70 for 16 gigs, and a whopping $120 for 32 gigs. It's just baffling because you can get a 1TB micro SD card for less than 100 right now. Another reason was the advent of smartphones becoming more and more popular. And the final nail in the coffin was it was left in the dust by Sony themselves to focus on the PlayStation 4. It's sad, I know. The transition from the PSP to the PlayStation Vita was mind-blowing at the time. It seemed like they checked every box to create the perfect PSP 2. OLED screen, which they later turned back to IPS in the future models. Another touch input at the back. A rear and front-facing camera, Bluetooth, an additional joystick, better speakers, and most importantly, PS3-looking games. The PSP sorta kinda matched the PS2 graphics at the time, and the Vita's graphics were just slightly behind the PS3. So I've had the PSP before, and we just couldn't afford to buy Sony's flagship shiny new upgrade at the time. Enter June 2025. I was finally able to get one after all these years. I got a PS Vita 2001 model for a great price. I hope you can see it. You're just gonna trust me. And I'm truly grateful to the previous owner for selling me their keepsake for such a great price. And I promise to take care of it. Don't worry about it. I take care of all my stuff. If you look at eBay, for example, these puppies can go up to 120 bucks and they ship from Japan. And at that price, I could not consider it. It's not all sunshine and rainbows though. The left joystick on this thing drifts, but it's not a huge issue. Well, I mean, it is a huge issue because there's a lot of people bitching about them on forums like Reddit. But fear not, it's easy to replace. Or so I hope. I got the replacement joystick here and I found it on Amazon for cheap. Like $8. For today, I just want to bring you along for a quick tour of the PS Vita, you know, a first time. Let's see some of the immediate differences of the software compared to the PSP. And like I said, I plan to remedy some of the issues like the joystick drifting, as well as using a PS Vita adapter right here. And for the main course, because I know you want to see this, I want to see it as well, we will jailbreak the thing. So, table cam please. So, here's the PS Vita. The PS Vita 2001 model. Let's just do a quick cleanup while talking about it. So like I said earlier, this is the first PS Vita that I've ever had in my life. And I'm very grateful for it because I get to make more content for you guys. So I've already did a factory reset off camera. There's like a little scratch here and a little scratch there. It is a used PS Vita after all. So why did I buy this in 2025? Why didn't I buy a Switch 2? Well, first of all, it's too damn expensive, let's be real. $500 for Switch 2. And that's without tax and just Mario Kart World. Right now, I don't see a reason to get it. Maybe in the future. Why am I even talking about the Switch 2? Let's focus on the Vita. The PS Vita is an excellent reiteration of the PlayStation Portable design. It's refined, it's elegant, it's quite an upgrade in every possible measure. You can see it still has the same PlayStation layout, albeit smaller. The camera is here, the joystick, the start and select buttons, and if you can see how flush the screen is, it's glass. I just like how it looks, man. The home button, the left joystick, which I have a problem, I'm gonna be replacing it in this video. And then the directional buttons. It looks quite similar to the PlayStation Portable. So for the back, it has a touch input panel thingy. And then the camera, I don't know what these... Are these supposed to be grips? I don't know. For the top part, we have the power button, the volume buttons, and this is where you put the cartridges. And underneath, we have a micro USB port, contrary to the version 1 model, which had a proprietary charging solution. It also has a headphone jack. You would think that it would be heavy, but it's not. Well, this is kind of like a PS Vita Slim at this point. I'm a sucker for this peeling animation thing. Satisfying. And you can move all kinds of ways, right? The speakers are loud and clear. Can't wait to play games on it. So this is the UI. If you haven't seen it before, well, I doubt that. If you've clicked on this video, you probably know already. But this is like my second time seeing this in person. It has these floating bubbles aesthetic that's kind of similar to, you know, smartphones with the icons, right? As I've mentioned before, that's one of the reasons why this failed. It was facing against smartphones. Although beautiful, couldn't beat the pocketability and the portability of smartphones. And just the sheer amount of utility that smartphones had over this one, even though they had similar features, it was just hard to beat. With the rise of PC handhelds, I really wish Sony would go back, make a PS Vita 2. The PS Portal was a letdown. Come on, do something. Even Xbox has a handheld coming. Well, technically, it's a rebranded ROG Ally, but they still have something. They're still competing. Why can't Sony? They were the leaders in multimedia handhelds. Damn, what a shame. I hope I can capture it on camera, but this thing drifts? Why can't I say drifts? It's hard to say. I hope it shows on camera. Oh, right now you don't want to drift? I'm pressing down, it's going up. See? If I press left, it goes to the right. There's like a ghost handling this operation. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna fix that. So I've heard that hacking this thing is quite easy. Hopefully it is. It's as simple as going to the browser and installing it right there and then. So here's a closer look at the buttons or the icons. We have Welcome Park, PS Store, Browser, Friends, Trophies, Messages. What is this? Party, Chat, PS4 link. I want to try this, but I don't have a PS4 anymore. We don't have games on this yet, and I'm gonna acquire the games first. Wink. Since we're already here, I'm just gonna show off the camera. Why not? This is what it looks like. It looks terrible, but it's fine. If I can show it, yeah. You see the reverse, the front camera. Hey! It kind of looks like the iPhone 3GS camera. Yeah, here it's drifting again. In a few moments, I will prep this for jailbreak. See you later. So easy. Okay. There's no going back.
The next segment was a pain in the
and ribbon cables. Cable.
So this one, what you get when you order random shit online.
Green wire.
Shit. Hiya.
This is easy to damage. And
Screws and ribbon. What I like to do is I like slides right out. Pick the little part up, and same with you gotta be kind of piece up. Screw we have to remove. And now you can take the screw out because we're gonna need that. Fit into place. Like that. And now we're gonna go ahead and drop it into place.
So after almost breaking the damn battery of this thing, deadass, I was playing this for 2 days straight. So here's a quick little montage of all my favorite games and homebrew apps.
So when I started collecting games, even way before.
First game is Street Fighter X Tekken. You know, just button mashing. Nobody really memorizes the combos to this game, right? The buttons are really squeaky. The left thumbstick is working properly now, but it'll probably drift again soon. It works properly. The gyroscope works. So unique.
My leg is broken.
I played a lot of this game on the PSP. And it's so nice to see an upgraded version on the PS Vita with all the added bullshit. One thing I noticed is that the colors are washed out, though. I didn't grow up with this game, but if you've watched Wreck-It Ralph, you probably know this. Look at the detail. Hard to aim though. a dream of mine, a childhood dream of mine, and I finally have it in my hands right now. And I'm quite enjoying it, to be honest. Everything about it, the sleek design, the symmetry of it all. This was pretty much ahead of its time. For games, this is a beast. And if this video gets like 20 likes, I'll make a Game Boy Advance tutorial. Because I really want to try, what's that Zelda game on the Game Boy? Minish Cap. I really want to try it here. The bubble UI is very, very appealing to me. It reminds me of, smartphone icons. Overall, if we're talking about the games on the Vita, it looks like PS3-ish. It's almost PS3 is what I'm trying to say. By the way, for the past 2 days that I've been playing with my PS Vita, my hand started to cramp. Hard to have ergonomics with this. It's basically a slab. It's like a brick. The controls are okay, I guess. The D-pad is pretty small, as well as the face buttons. Actually, all of this feels small, to be honest. The battery life on this slim model is great. No complaints. For a couple of games that I've tested on this device, I'm pretty much amazed by how the graphics look. I like this, and you should definitely get one if you can find one for a great price. In 2025, I still think it's worth it to pick up a PS Vita. And you saw how fast I jailbroke mine. Literally, I didn't use a PC. Dude, imagine an updated PS Vita II. Holding this in my hand makes me sad that Sony kind of just gave up on their handhelds. But hey, maybe in the future, right? Get a PS Vita in 2025. Thanks for watching. I made this channel cause I was just a little bored. Please subscribe, there's a whole world that we can all explore.